Hello, Acres of Diamonds audience. Welcome back. I'm Scott Gibbs. I'm here with co-founder of Acres of Diamonds, DJ Logory, and we're here to talk about a quote today. This will be Daily Diamond number 29, and we're going to talk about a quote that was given to us by Miss Deandra Logory, DJ's sister. And the quote is, "Without change, there would be no butterflies." And the timing is quite auspicious, actually. So, DJ, what do you have to share with us today about that quote? What are your insights?
So the timing is very accurate, as this weekend, Deandra actually had a change in her life. She is now officially a resident of Rhode Island, and she is attending Roger Williams University for her master's in something that has to do with the brain and the mind and how to manipulate people and how to understand people.
It's not about manipulating people, DJ. You take that back.
Of course, it's not about manipulating people. It's
understanding people.
Understanding why they do certain things. So she's really into a lot of the stuff around the brain. And so she officially moved down there this week. And it got me thinking. I was like, no, it'd be really cool to kind of send her off by breaking her quote down. And it made me start thinking about the power of change and how change is really inevitable. And I went on Google and I typed in, why is change so important? Because I think it's something that all of us experience. Some of us were ready for it. Some of us were not. But what I ended up seeing was the only thing constant is change, which I thought was very interesting. Because constant essentially means that something is staying the same. So change is staying the same. So change is always happening. And I actually had some really good conversations with a good buddy of ours, mutual friend, Damar Nelson. Shout out Damar Nelson. And this weekend we talked about the power of change and why it's so important to get yourself outside of the comfort zone. Because when we're comfortable, we're safe. We're in an area that we are used to. We're in an area that necessarily doesn't make us think differently or think harder. Change forces us to adapt. Change forces us to understand our surroundings and then become something different. So, that Damar and I, those conversations were a lot about self-improvement and, the next chapters of your life. You can think about, all the change that we have already all had in our lives, from going from middle school to high school to college to post-college life. Or maybe you didn't go to college, maybe you went right into a profession. So, I think a lot of the times people associate some of their greatest fear is fear of the unknown or fear of change, when I think something that, a goal of this podcast today or this Daily Diamond is to embrace change and to be ready for it and to understand that change is only good and will only force you to think differently and to grow, because playing it safe, you can't play life safe, because then you can miss out on some incredible opportunities that can change your life for the better. So that's kind of, when I saw that quote, there'd be no butterflies without change. It's such a simple little metaphor, but it's right. If a caterpillar didn't change into a butterfly, there would be no butterflies. So, change is constant and change is inevitable, and it's important for us to embrace it. And to love it. So that's what I was thinking about that quote.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that change is the only constant. Right? Yeah, it's so ironic, and it's such a deep statement. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. I'm gonna expand on that on our Daily Diamond on Thursday. So thanks for leading into that. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, DJ.
All right. Thank you, Coach Gibbs.
Talk to you later.